It's been a while since I've built a Lego gun, so I'm pretty excited to share this with you guys. It is a Lego Spectre M4. It's an Italian submachine gun from the 1980s. It appears in a couple of video games, namely GoldenEye and Black Ops 1, if I remember correctly. So this has quite a few functions. So first off, you got the magazine release. It's inside the trigger guard. That's about as discreet as I could get the rubber band. So unfortunately, the magazine is curved instead of the magazine well being curved, but I couldn't really curve this magazine well, especially with the field strip function and this plate built front, which makes it less long. So instead of it being an extra brick long, it's just a couple plates. So it's about like 2/3 of a brick, which doesn't make a huge difference, but aesthetically it looks a lot better. Got your spring-loaded charging handle. You can see through the ejection port. And there's your chamber. Right now, it's a little bit clunky. The spring is probably caught up. Got your trigger. Use this technique to have it set forward of the pin that it actually rotates on, or swivels. Non-functional safety selector. This would have been functional, but it wouldn't have looked nearly as good as this piece does in place of the selector. So your fire selector's back here. Kind of a pain because it likes to break occasionally. Got your barrel shroud. Not too sturdy here, but that works. Looks pretty good. Here's your sight picture. Probably not going to focus. Now, as I said before, this thing does field strip, so I'm going to remove the pins, separate the lower and upper. Somewhat difficult to do two-handed when you're trying to hold it in air for a camera. So you will take that off, those two parts separate, and then now to remove the back plate, lower that. That comes right out. And you can take your charging handle off the bolt, and it should just push on through. And there is your fully field stripped Lego Spectre submachine gun. So you got this spring with this back plate. It is removed from the gun slightly differently than the real thing. Your bolt, your linear hammer or striker block as some people would call it. Your lower, this really nice slick looking grip design. You use cheese slopes back here, bow slopes in the front, make it look a lot more slick and comfortable to hold. Kind of these like fake hammer and auto sear details or whatever. Your upper, mostly just hollowed out now. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this creation. It was certainly fun to make.